Hello guys, and welcome back to our car modeling tutorial. Now, in the last episode we worked on the rear section here, which turned out to be a real big pain in the ass to get done, but we did, which is good. Still a little bit wavy in sections there, but I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. Now, what I did in between episodes was I just tidied it up just a little bit. I also merged the roof section and this rear section together, and then combined them and then merged the vertices down the middle. So it looks like now, to finish the actual main body panels themselves, we are only really needing to look at the back section. So let's isolate our selection here, and what we'll do is we'll bring in this at the same time. So we have the rear section here. This is kind of like the actual boot section of the car. So we should also, let's just select all this again. We should have an inner section here as well, so we'll take this too. Okay, so we'll quickly do these bits here. This should be the quickest and easiest touchwood sections that we've got. So again, let's just make sure. Looks to me like maybe we should pull this out slightly. And we can do the same here to match. Like so, so we've got that curvature in there. So what we'll do is we are going to edit and we are going to duplicate special again. If you haven't got those settings saved, if you've been working on a project in between episodes here, make sure that you have your instance selected and then your -1 on the y-axis there. So what we'll do here is we're going to want this to kind of reflect what we've already got. So I'm going to unsmooth this section by pressing 1, so we can see that all we really have is some sections in either corner which we'll need anyway, so that'll be fine, so we can smooth that back out. So we're going to select all these edges here, and we are going to deselect the center edge there. We don't want the center, we just want the edges around here. We're going to hit Ctrl E, and we are going to extrude this section in here, just roughly the same distance that we did in the previous ones. Now it's just going to be a case of using our edge loop tool here to firstly cap off these edges here, like so. And we'll want to bring one in on this edge here, and then we'll just go all the way around the outside here, dropping one here and then one down here just for good luck. So smoothing that out, we can see that is looking pretty good right off the bat. Maybe what we'll do is we'll add one more edge loop inside here. Just to make sure that section there is as sharp as possible. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Now, one thing I don't like here is I don't like quite how large the gap is between here. So it might not be an issue on your model, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this in here. I'm just going to do the same here. Just making sure that's in line nicely. I'm just going to drag these in as well. So there, just so that gap is not quite so severe. There we go. Okay, so that's looking pretty good there. Before we start on this one, I'm going to do the same here and just make sure that this gap on this side here isn't so far apart. Looks like once we smooth that, that should come in level a little bit better. So what we'll do here is we will do the exact same as we just did. We're going to select all our edges around the very edge here, but we don't want any of these center sections. And we are going to extrude in again on our blue arrow here, just roughly to match what we've already got. That'll be fine. We can actually edit and duplicate special here again. So we want to kind of reflect what we've got in this section here. So firstly, what we'll do is we will insert a few edge loops down the very edge here. So I'm just going to bring that down in line here. Cool. And then we'll add in our edge loops here to match. Okay, now this section here we're going to want to keep this angle in as well. But obviously it doesn't look like we have too much definition amongst the rest of the model here. So what we'll do is we'll add this on this side here, and I'm just going to put that up here, a little bit of distance, so we can insert an edge loop nice and close here. So we can see that we've got that kind of arched section there. Okay. So that's looking okay there. We can see here that we are not 100% in line, so we'll just push that over there just to help that out a little bit. Okay. Kind of want an edge to come all the way around here. I want to merge the two vertices here. And what we could do is we could maybe do this edge here. I think it's a case that we don't actually need this edge that runs down here. give us a little bit more room on the arch section will be here. And we can merge these lines together. Okay. So let's see, mesh tools, insert edge loop, need one more in here. Okay, so that section there is looking pretty good, nice and tight, all the elements are sitting nicely together. We've got that same kind of edge going along here, and then a slightly duller one underneath, which is good, so that's looking pretty good. So we can select all of these, and we'll bring in both of these sections now. Okay, so this shouldn't be too tricky. Famous last words. What we'll do is we will duplicate special again. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in the edge all the way around first. The reason we're going to do that is because we're going to actually see it underneath this section here. So we're going to hit Ctrl E, we'll bring that in there. Now what we're actually going to do, we're going to keep everything else so we can see it, just to make sure that we're looking exactly like we should. I'm going to bring these parts here. We're actually going to bring these up here like this, because we do actually see this inside the model. And then all of the interior vertices here, we're also going to drop lower, because we see this in the actual exterior as well. So we'll drop those down just like so. Okay, looks good to me. So, inside here, what we're going to want to do is we are going to want to reflect what we have in our top section here. So first of all, we'll start with the archway, and we can insert some edge loops down here, go close up here, and around here. Now, this section here is quite defined, so we're going to want to run one down either side here, just to help it define that extra section that we have there. We'll drop this one down here, and let's have a look, see if we need one or two on that rear section. Let's say just one. We're going to want to insert more edge loops across here and here. There, here, and here. Okay, so let's see, that should look pretty close, just there. This looks really good. We've got a slight line inside there. I think it's probably a little bit more defined on the model. on the actual car, so we'll drop another edge loop close but not 100% up to it. That'll give it a little bit more definition to it. So there. Okay, so if we look at our model there, I think that's pretty good. We've just got our signal to do at the side, and the signal here we will do the exact same as we did up the front. Now, one now we need to keep this edge here defined, but we also want to go down for our repeater here. So what we're going to do is we'll stick some edges in here in terms of the location of our indicator there. And what we'll actually do up the top is we will insert an edge loop which is nice and super close to our edge up here, and then that will allow us to then draw down out here, and then we'll insert an edge loop again in the middle down here. We can match these two together. Just want to make sure that we're following that curvature as well. Should. Okay, so that's going to allow us to do the same as what we did at the front of the car. So we're going to extrude this section out. Let's just double check what we did down here. So we left that section. Okay, that's fine. So inside here we are going to take all these faces here. Okay. So we can see we've extruded in, scaled it down a little bit, and then extruded that back out. And that will allow us now to use our edge loops, and we can put these back in here. Okay, so we can kind of see now that we've got that repeater kind of shape in there. So the only thing we actually want to do here now then is we want to insert our edge loops just to add depth. Make sure that these are nice and harsh. Okay, so that looks pretty good there. It hasn't distorted our mesh too much. You can see that we've got a nice section in here. What I think we need to do is insert a different place there. Get a little bit more definition out of that section. I think what we could do here, just to help keep them out of the shape, we could add an insert edge loop here, which we can just use just to help off that shape there. Could probably do the same along the bottom here as well. Again, just to make sure that it's helping hold the general shape and it's not going to let the extrusions here dictate too much how this face will look. That's looking a lot better just there. Okay. Maybe we could get this edge a little bit closer. So it's looking pretty good there. So our last task here is the diffuser. So this is going to be a little tricky, I think. So if we jump straight in and we will take in all of the edges first. Select our center faces here. Let's extrude in on these here. And what we'll actually want to do is, I think what we'll want to do here is take all of these out here. Okay, so we can use our insert edge loop here, and what we'll do is we'll go straight down here and here, right off the bat. We'll go straight down this edge here, and this edge here. We'll go both sides here just to make sure that it's nice and defined. And bottom. Go underneath here. Now we're going to want to go and maintain these corners. Should work quite nicely down there. So we're going to want to maintain these corners here, but obviously we don't want to maintain the edges that they are associated with. So here we will chop the point in the middle. As well. So we can insert our edge loop around here, knowing that it will stop. Section out here. All the way around here. We're happy with this section there for the exhaust. I think the only thing we need to really think about here is the edges here. So we'll drop point out here and here. Cool, happy with that. So it looks like our body here is pretty much finished. Now what I'm going to do is, in between this and the next episode, is I'm going to look closely into all of the sections just to make sure that the body is sitting on point. I'll let you know what I have changed in between episodes, so that you guys can have a look at that and we get cracking when we come back. Next on the agenda then, I suppose we've got our side mirrors to do. We'll have the glass to look at along with the trims around the inside outside. We'll have the section of the boot around here to look at, over the top of the engine. We'll have the grills and of course the lights. So I hope your body is looking as good as this one here. It's not looking too bad just now. Like I said, I'll make a few minor adjustments. Hopefully yours will be looking the same. If you want any pointers or any tips on what you've got, if you've got any problems with your body, if you put a comment down below. maybe attach the image to it or link to the image, and then I can maybe help you out should you need it. But so far so good. What I'll do at the end of the video is I'll put up a nice studio render of what we've got here after I've tweaked it a little bit, so then you guys can see what it is that you guys are hoping to work towards as well. Okay guys, so I'll see you in the next one.